Alright, here are my first impressions of the Sharehouse. I guess this is like a little bit of a room tour. I know my bed is a little messy. I set it up yesterday, just got here yesterday. I usually just leave my bed like this. I don't do my bed. I find it a waste of time. And we got some supplies like tissues because my nose is always like, or not always, but during winter it's running quite a lot. So I always have to blow my nose. And then this is like something I ended up doing because I was like, okay, I need to find a way to hang a towel because I tried to buy these hooks actually first for the big towel, but it didn't work. You have to buy the heavier ones or heavy duty ones. But it's a little hard to access the fridge, but it's okay for now since, we're only here not too long, maybe like a month or two, and then, yeah, so this is good enough for now. And got our clothes, but this is how it looks like when we go a little bit more back. Yeah, and someone gave us a laundry bag. It was the Japanese guy with the egg, and he's very nice. Yeah, I've been talking with him, and he seems like a nice guy. He recommended the sushi place as well that I really like, the conveyor belt one. All right, so let's just, I guess, do a little bit of talking. And we can do it at the desk right there, like this. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the name of this share house quite yet. I'll say it once I'm out of here, just for, I guess, safety reasons, just in case. I'm sure it'll be fine either way, but I just gotta create a habit of making sure I'm not giving too much personal information away. But either way, it's in Tokyo. Tokyo's huge, so it's nice. This share house is nice. I would do a little bit of a downstairs type of tour, but yeah, maybe once I leave. But downstairs is really nice. There's a lot of space. You can rent a bike. You can play ping pong. It's crazy. The kitchen is very nice. I will probably use it sparsely, but I will use it this time. And then they also have like a gym, which is cool, with a pull-up bar, which I'm really happy about. But I did kind of find a park that's like within 5 minutes that has a pull-up bar as well. So I probably will do that instead, like go out there to work out instead of in here, just because stuffy room versus a nice park. Yeah, no brainer for me. But more space, desk. Honestly, the furniture is kind of like very little. There's not as much as the share houses that I've been to before. I feel like back then they made it a bit more accessible. Like, well, the first share house was very small desk, but at least it had like a restroom and a sink. This one, there's none of that in this room, unfortunately. I have to walk a fair amount actually, just to like brush my teeth and use the restroom and stuff. But gotta live with it, it's fine. This whole place has been good first impression, honestly. And this room, the first month's rent was only $600 something. So honestly, for the price, it's like hella worth it compared to like rent in like Los Angeles or California in general, honestly. But yeah, this area too, it's quieter for sure. It's far away from the skyscrapers, but there's still some pretty tall buildings. But the sushi place that I really like, that's new, is really close by, within a 15-minute walk. So I'm happy about that. And the people, that's a big one, but it changes all the time, obviously. But the way it's designed, people will generally ignore you, even though like I was new. It's not like Borderless House, or like even the Oakhouse I went to the first time, the one in Kyoto Eki, in front of Kyoto Eki, called Grand Kyoto Eki Mae. That one was a bit more like this, with around 50 people. This house has around 90 people, but at least the other house, like, people would say hi to each other. They would like, nod or whatever and say hi. But so far I've been in this house and there have been at least like 8 or 9 people that have passed me, or like just, they passed me and it just do not look at me. And it's foreigners and also Japanese people as well. There's both, a mix. But yeah, it's interesting how that works. Like for me, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to at least say hi or like nod or something. But sometimes they don't acknowledge you. It's weird. Honestly, it's weird. My second share house was like half Japanese and half foreigners, and everyone, you know, knows each other because it's smaller. It's like 24 or less people. And that's one of the reasons why I really like borderless share house, even though there can be a little bit of drama when there's a smaller amount of people, or like, it really depends on the people, right? Or like, because it's also a smaller space, for the borderless houses, it can get potentially a little bit dirtier. Like I said, I will keep saying it, depends on the people. But so far, it's been pretty solid. I will say, the pillow is really, really, really like soft and tiny. So when laying on it, it almost feels like barely anything there. And the bed is not that comfortable. It's more comfortable than the hostel bed that I was in previously in Asakusa, thankfully, because that bed was just terrible, but it's still not great. I think I'm gonna, well, a blanket is coming with my other luggage, so I'll probably put the blanket over it to just give it a bit more cushion, because yeah, it doesn't feel that comfortable. So you do kind of have to like prep for these things just in case, because if you're gonna live here for a while, like some people have lived here for a year almost, 2-3 years, like you definitely want to make your sleeping space good and solid, and a good pillow with more cushion for the bed, very important, honestly. Nitori is a great place that you can go to buy those things. That's where I bought my slippers. But Daiso also has hangers and stuff. I had to get it from Daiso, but they only accept cash, so I would prefer to go to Nitori, since, I mean, it depends on which Daiso you go to, but the Daiso I went to only accepted cash, so like just make sure to check. But that's about it, I'd say. The restroom facilities are really clean. They clean 3 times a week. Yeah, you know what? Like once I leave the share house, by the time this video uploads, like I'll almost be leaving the share house, but or maybe I can just save it until I leave it and then upload it then. But yeah, I'll leave a link down below basically for what the share house is exactly. But I'll do an overall review probably close to when this video releases, so you guys can see the full thing. But my first impressions is that it's really solid, and the people I did meet are nice. So yeah, I think that's it. I will say I was very, very tired yesterday. Feeling a lot better today, but getting there to the tiredness. This whole moving process has been, yeah, it's been tough. But yeah, honestly, wait, one more thought. I feel like it's a slight downgrade, to be honest, from living in an apartment. Like the apartment that I was staying in last month was quite nice. Like to just have your own space, and you know, the toilet is easily accessible, the sink, you can put your stuff anywhere and everywhere as long as it's clean. Like it does feel like a downgrade in that sense, but overall I am enjoying that other people are around, and that, like for instance today I was like working on my stuff, like audiobook stuff, and also just brainstorming ideas for how to collaborate with other people. And I was doing it in the shared space, and you know, occasionally chatting with other people, occasionally asking like a Japanese person like, oh, does this conversation or interaction between a Japanese service worker and a foreigner look proper or right? Is this what you would say if you had an allergy? Stuff like that. So I'm glad I have like more people I can ask about those things. But yeah, they're very nice for helping me out. Okay, that's about it. Yeah, I feel tired. Shoot.